Good morning, all of you. So we'll wait for a minute to for the
Good
extra
morning,
flow.
sir.
So you have an exam on Monday. You know that, no? Monday को आपको exam है, ठीक है? So I will discuss some questions. कल हम लोग class है ना? Tomorrow I will discuss some questions. What will the pattern और कैसे आएगा? Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you can scan this QR code for attendance. Say this. You can scan or otherwise I have just said the attendance QR code in the group. You can scan from there. Okay, so let us start discussing the different types of control in our that is provided by Visual Programming. Okay, so we have discussed the frame control and command button, what is the functionality, then checkbox control, and the option button is completed. No? Okay, so let me start from this option button again. Well, so option button basically is very similar to the button command button we have discussed. So, but in this have slight different features. But in the previous command button, we have only one option to click, but here we have a different options. Okay. And second thing is whenever choose one option, other option will automatically will disappear. And sometimes this option button is also called radio button. Okay, because it's having the features of radius button, so sometimes it is called also a radio button. Then this option button controls in a group of two or more because their purpose is to offer number of mutual exclusive choice. That means there will be more than one choice. Okay, there will be more than one options out of which you have to choose only one of them. That means if you choose any one of these button, then other button automatically it will uh, false. Okay, or it will automatically disable. Fine. Now how to activate? If you set the value to true, then it will be selected, and if you set the value to false, okay, then it will be unselected. Okay. Then a group of option button can control. Basically, this is generally used in the frame control. Okay. Uh, so whenever we are using the frame control, so we will basically go for the option button. Then we have discussed one example of the option button. That is, the example is how you can change the background of your form. Okay, how we can change the background of form. So what the problem is? We have to design an application that we want to change the background color of the form according to selecting the option button. Now we have to insert three options here. Okay, to change the color. So the caption will be like red background, blue background, and green background. Okay, and there will be we insert a command button. So whenever we click the command button, so whatever the option is chosen, so based on that chosen option, the command button do the functionality. It will change the name of background of the form. Okay, and it also changes the command caption to the set background. Now this is a program for that. Now we will use a command click function or procedure. Okay, then we are having three option buttons here. Now with that, if else condition we are choosing. Now if I am saying option dot value equal to true, that means your first value, if you choose the first value, then it will be converted to the red color. Okay, then the setting, the form dot background color will be chosen as a red color. And if you choose the option dot to value equal to true, okay, if you choose the second option, then it will set the background color to blue. And if you choose the third option, okay, then this background color to be green. Fine. So if you run this program, the output will be something like this. Okay, so it will create an window. Okay, it will create a window, and name of this window will be selected as set color background. So whatever option you choose, if you choose the first option, then the first if condition will be true. So whenever I perform select background color, this is my click button. So when I click this, so it will perform that action, because whatever function we return inside the procedure background click. Okay, the background click is nothing but an event that is performed on clicking this button. ठीक है, जब भी हम लोग इस बटन पे क्लिक करेंगे इवेंट होगा. क्या इवेंट होगा? और we declare the event here. Okay, the program for the event or the method for the event is this one. So we are changing the background color. Right? So if you select the second one, that means the option 2 is activated. Okay, now it will convert it to blue color background. And if you select the third one, now here you can see why it is selected the third one. So it is that's the reason the background is green. And you can see once you selected one button, other two are disabled. We cannot choose the multiple option here. Okay, the option button does not provide a multiple choosing option. So we cannot choose for, or we cannot choose the multiple option. Once the one option is selected, other automatically disabled. Right. So this is something about option button. How option button or option button control can be used in designing of your different forms or applications. Fine. So next important type of control is called combo box. Okay. What is combo box? Because it is a combination of, basically the combo box is nothing but a combination of text box and list box. Okay. So we have already studied the text box. Text box are basically used for taking the input from the user in the form of text or numeric data. Similarly, list box will list the different types of input that can be given to the application. That is list box. So combo box, sometimes what we require, so we require combination of these two. Okay, so that's why we will use the combo box, which is nothing but a combination of your text box as well as your list box. Okay, so basically this controls enable the only case of the combo box control enable user to select either typing in the text into combo box or selecting item from a text. So what happens sometimes, so we design some application, so there we require sometimes you have to enter something specific, okay, specific related thing in a text. Okay, then on that case we will use the text box. And sometimes for the make user convenient, okay, make the user for users convenient. So we will use a list box, so where we can list it. Now you may have many of time come across some of the time. Suppose you have to choose a certain option from list box, so there will be drop down button, so there will be a list. Okay, if your option is not available in list, so we'll go for the other where it will display text box. Okay, where you display text box. So in this case, we can enter the input in the form of text. Okay, so what actually the combo box is saying, the combo box is telling that you can either give the input in the form of list. If the list is not available, if the input of the requirement of the user is not available in the list, so you can go for the text box. Okay, so you can use both of them. Okay, while selecting either the text box or your list box. Then what is the function of the combo box? The function of the combo box is to present the list of items where user can click and select the item from the list. So basically, what the combo box do? So it will provide the user to basically click and select the item from the list. And if you want to add any item, so in order to add items to the list, you can also use add item method. Suppose someone want to add an additional item to the list. Okay, any additional item to the list, so it can be easily provided. So you can use this method. Okay, there is a method called add item method for the combo box. Okay, we are having a special method called add item method for the combo box. That is basically used when we want to add an additional or new item to this. Okay, so you have to remember what is generally they will ask what is combo box. So to explain, the combo box is nothing but combination of text box and list box. So it's basically used by the user to give the input either in terms of text input, or we can select the list, select the items from the list. Okay. Apart from that, we can add the item on the list by using add method. Fine. The next thing about the combo box that have to be understand is the different types of control. Okay, the different types of styles we can say. Okay, what are different types of styles are available with the combo box. Basically, there are three different types of style that is available in the combo box. First one is your drop down combo, which is also called style 0. Then your simple combo, which is called style 1, and drop down list, that is called your style 2. So these are the different, we can say different types or different formats of a combo box are available with the Visual Basic 6. Okay, so this is the different types. Okay, so specifically we are talking about Visual Basic 6, but if you talk about Visual Basic uh, 10 or 16, then that will be a much further improvement in the combo box. Okay, but in case of Visual Basic 6, so there are the different type of combo box is limited to only three, which is your drop down combo, simple combo, and drop down list. Fine. So now this is an example of in a combo box. How when we use a combo box, how it will be looks like. Fine. So we will have a text box. So user can either enter input the form of text, or there is a drop down list. So whenever I click in this list, now there will be a number of item is available. So we can choose any of this item from the given list, or even we can add a list. Okay, now this list is added. Suppose you want to add an item to an existing list, so we can easily add with the help of add item method. Fine. So now there is as we had already said, there are three different types of combo box. So let us understand what are their differences and what are the similarity between them. Okay, the first combo box, as I already said, the first combo box is known as drop down combo or style 0. So basically the drop down combo box first appears as only an edit area with a down arrow button at the right. Okay, what it will say, the drop down combo box जो है आपका will be this will basically appear in the form where the user can perform the edit option, and it is there will be down bottom on the right hand side of the bottom arrow, there will be down arrow. So we can click on the down arrow, so it will provide a list of the item that is available. Okay, then the list of we can say the list of positions say hidden until the user clicks the down arrow button to the drop down list option. It means it's saying, so again the list will be not visible to the user until the user will click the down arrow button. Okay, so the list will be in case of drop down combo. Okay, in case of drop down combo. So whatever item that is available in my list, okay, that will be not visible until the user perform a click operation on a down arrow button. Then the user can either select the value from the list or the type the value in edited area. So as we have said, it is a combo box. So either if the user, whatever the user is required, if it is available in the your list, okay, drop down list, then user can directly select the item from that list. Otherwise, if the list is not available, then then the user can edit in your text box. Okay. Now, second type is your simple combo, which is called style 1 combo also. Okay, style 1. So, in a simple combo box, display an edit area with an attached list box always visible immediately below the edit area. So, what is saying? So, whatever list is available, okay, or whatever item is attached to a list box, it is immediately available to edit area. So here user is not required to click on the combo box to see what are the different types of items that is available. Fine. Then a simple combo box display the content of list all at a time. Fine. So once you click on that one, or we can say as you use the simple combo box, so whatever the item is available, it is directly, or the content of the item is all visible to user for all the times. Okay, it was visible to all the time. Then the user can select any item from the list or type the item in the edit box portion of the combo. Again, same as we have done in a drop-down combo box. So what is saying? If the requirement of the user is available in the list, then user can select that list. Okay, or if it is not available, then user can go for the your what is it? You can go for the text box where you can write the program. Also, you can write the text as a input. Then third one is your drop-down list. Okay, the drop-down list combo box turns the combo box into drop-down list box. Okay, so what actually is that? You convert your combo box into drop-down list box, and user could click down the arrow to view the list. Okay, now user have to click on the arrow. Now it will be something similar to the drop-down combo. Okay, but here, slight difference. What is the difference here? In the previous case, if the item is not available in the list, then the user can write in text box area. Okay, but the option is not available. Now here, the user have to choose an item from your drop-down list only. Fine. So this is something about combo box. Okay, what you understand the combo box? Fine. The combo box are basically combination of text box and list box. Then what are the different types of or different styles of combo box? How we can insert different types of combo box. Fine. Okay. Okay. Then the next type of control is your list box. Okay. The list box is very important uh, in terms of design, because many of time the user there is a common need for the user. For example, suppose I have developed an applications. Okay, now that application will be used for some specific purpose. Yes or no? Okay, so कोई भी अगर हम application बनाते हैं तो वो application some specific purpose के लिए design होता है. Now that application, if once the application has specific purpose, then the most of the user may have common requirement, right? So instead of Well, so whenever the user wants to provide an input, so instead of providing the input in the form of text box, so what we'll do, we'll provide a list box where the predefined inputs are already there. Okay, so we'll provide the predefined input. Now the user can select the input as per his requirement. Okay, so these are basic need of list box. Okay, so list box basically what to, so it will have number of predefined input. So instead of giving the input in a text format, the user can directly select an input from the list box. Okay, so now let's understand the different properties and event associated with the list box. The list box presents a list of choice that are displayed vertically in a single column. So as I already said, so what the list box will do, so it basically lists all the choice, okay, all the choice or all the input items, okay, that are basically displayed in a vertically manner, okay. But that means, so whatever the list is available, so it will be displayed. Once you click on the list box, so it will be displayed the items in a vertical manner in a single column, okay. And if the items exist the value, okay, if the item exists the value can be displayed, okay, can be displayed and stall automatically appear on control bar. Okay, now whatever the list of items available, now it will be appear. Now you can scroll that to check whether it appears or not. Then the list box have the property contain list or item to display. So the main property of a list box, the main property of the list box is to uh, list or uh, display the items that are available in my list box. Okay, now second next point, if you remember, the list box can expand and display all the items. That means if you want to add some additional item, now you can easily add this item also. That means the list box are dynamic in nature. Okay, so we can any of the time either we can expand. Suppose you want to add some new features or new items to the list box, it is possible because we can expand the list box at any time. Okay, then to add an item at a design time, that means at a run time, we click on list property and add item. Okay, then we will choose an option of adding each item. Right? How we can add each item? So that's the runtime. So it's very simple to add. So simply you have to choose and choose the property or tab of the list or property window of the list where you have to choose an option called add item. Then we can perform perform and method that can be going to add your item to a particular list. Now these are the in this given table. Oh, okay, in the given table. So I have listed some of the properties, common properties, and common method that a list control box has. Okay. So the first property is enable. So what does enable do? Again, same as we have discussed with other properties like picture box, tool box, text box. Okay. So what enable will do? It will set this property to true or false. So basically, it will be true or false. If it is true, now it is uh, the user can interact with the control. If it is false, the user cannot control with the user cannot interact with the control. That means if the enable property is true, if I make the enable property true, then user can click on the list and access the different item. If this property is false, now user cannot access this list. Then index then will specify the control array index. Okay. Now index is basically specify how many items are present in your list. Okay. Index इंडेक्स क्या स्पेसिफाई करता है इंडेक्स इज जनरली स्पेसिफाई हियर how many items are basically present in my list. Fine. Next is your list. List is nothing but your string array which contains the uh, string value display in a drop down list. Okay, and it should be starting from 0. Fine. Now list is basically nothing but number of items. What are different name of the items or that should be present in your list box. So that is the reason we have taken the variable as a string array. Okay. So it contains the values in terms of strings. Okay. The values in terms of strings, and you have to remember the starting index of this array will start from 0. Then list count. So now it is an integer type. Okay. Now it contains the number of drop-down list items. That means how many items are available. Okay. Then block. So block is again property that is very important. Now this will boolean type, that is true and false. Will specify whether the user can type or not in a list box. So that means whether you can modify the list or we cannot modify. So this option, this property basically provides this option. Okay. Then store is again boolean type, which can be true and false. We specify whether the list box items are stored or not. It means if you perform any changes to the list box, okay, then you have to update the store properties that you have to true and set to the true. If it is true, then whatever you updated in list box, that will be going to store. Otherwise, it will not store. Okay, so these are some common items. There are some common properties. Fine. So along with the summer properties are there, so we will not discuss in detail. Okay, but these are some common properties that, or we can say common properties that describe the features of the list box. How the list box is look like, and what are the important types of features that is available for the list box. Okay, then we are having some common method. Method, that means what will the list box perform. Okay, the first method is your add item. So as I already said, list box will provide or we can easily expand the list box at the runtime. Okay, now that means we can add any number of items to the list box at the runtime. So it is all performed with the help of add item method. Okay, so whenever I write the add item method, so it will add an item to the list box. Fine. Similarly, there is a second method called clear method. So what the clear method will do? It will remove all the items from the list box. So sometimes we need to uh, we have to clear all the list items. Okay. So on that case, we can go for the method for clear, which will be remove all your items that is present in your list box. Suppose so now again the third method is to remove item. Suppose some of the item that is not used, okay, or unnecessarily there in the list box, the particular item which can also be removed with the help of remove item method. So it will be simply remove the specified item from the list. So whatever item you want to delete, you can delete from it. Fine. So there is difference between clear and remove item. So clear will be it will delete all the item that is present in my list box, but the remove item will be remove only the specified item from the list box. Okay. Then there are certain events are also related with the list box. Events first event is change. Change is called when the text in a list box are changed. So sometimes you have to want to update. Okay. So now this can be also performed with the change option. Now drop down is event. Whenever you click on the right hand side of click on the box, now the event will be generated. Now basically this event, what will do? It will be display. It will be display on the list that is available with the list box. Okay, so these are the some properties. Okay, so if the question comes, okay, explain about the list box, then you have to first define what is list box, then what are the different features of the list box, then you have to explain what are the different properties and different methods that are available with the list box. Right. Here are after question one example, generally they will ask for short note questions. Okay, short note questions about 4 marks. But for that you have to explain each and everything. Okay. Basically one thing you have to remember is अगर कोई भी controls आपको पूछा गया, now first of all explain about the control then what are their properties, or you can say what are the features. Fine. Then if they are different types, then explain the different types related to the control and give an example. Okay, with the output, how this control will appear in your form. Okay, then you have to explain all the properties and method that are associated with this control or with that control. Fine, I hope it is clear how to write. Okay, if the question asked in short notes or in long note, we पूछेगा long note. They basically ask this in short note. Okay, what are different types of control? Or in if they ask for long question, then we go for what is unified control and what are the different types of control. So now we have to mention all the control that we have discussed. Okay, one by one. Fine. So as I said, we can add an item to list. So now this adding can be possible either at the design time, okay, or at the runtime. Okay. So both the time we can add any number of items to the list. Fine. So the design time is fine while we designing the application, or the runtime is while executing the application. So at the design time, what we'll do, we'll add an item to the list at the design time. How it is possible? Click on the list property in the property box, then add an item. Fine. It's very simple to add an item in list. Okay, simply you have to go to the property window of the list, the particular list. Then for that property window, you have to click on the properties. Then there will be an option called add item. Okay, basically it will call a function called add item. So which will be allow you to add an item to the list. Similarly, we can add an item at the runtime. Okay, so the add item method is used at the to add an item at the list at the runtime. So we will use a method called add item method. Now this is the syntax of the add item method. You can see here. So how it is used? It is used with the list dot. Okay, list one dot. So if you want to add any new item to list one, so I have to mention list one dot. Now I will call the function add item. Okay, we will call the function add item number or a string. Suppose you want to add a number, so I can add a number to it. If I want to add a string, then I can add a string to it. Okay. Now you have to remember one point here. The item argument is a string that represents the text to be added in this. That means if you provide the argument type as a string, that means we want to add an item which will be in the form of text. Okay, if you want to enter in the form of numeric, then we will use an integer type. Now this is an example which explain uh, how to add an additional. Suppose you want to search a list of city. Okay, okay. So this list here many of times we have come across this. So suppose you have to make your travel plan. Okay, then there will be option, there is list box. So you have to click on this list box. There will be a list of cities are available. Okay, yes or no? There will be a list of cities will be available. So sometimes it may be a situation where your cities are not available in the list box. Okay, so if you want to add that new cities to your list box, now this is a program how we can add an item to the list box. Okay, or we can sometimes make as a combo box is nothing but combination of list and text box. So what we'll do, we will start from a form. Okay, now this is my form. On which form you want to design? So the load event, the form का जो नाम है आपका क्या है? फॉर्म का नाम load event. Now there is a function procedure we started. The name of the procedure is form underscore load. Okay. Now it is a private type. The access specifier is private. Fine. Then sub is basically used. So sub is the keyword which is basically used to define a procedure. Now you can see here how to add. Now suppose I want to add a new item. Suppose that I have used list one dot item. Now the argument is string type. So I have added a new city called Bangalore. So the list one dot add item. So I have again added a new city called Bareilly. Similarly, I have added one more city, which is again list dot one dot add item. Then one more city like city list dot add item. Okay, now like this you can add any number of strings or city as we require. Fine. So this function is very important. Okay, list dot. Okay, what is the function name? List dot. So now list dot one. That means in which list? Suppose I am having the multiple list. Suppose in my form, if I am having more than one list, then you have to specify on which list, whether the list one, whether on the list two, or whether the list three, you want to add an item. Then the argument type is again important. Which type of argument? That means which type of data you want to add. If you want to add a string type of data, then there will be a string argument. And if you want to add a numeric type of data, then it will be a numeric argument. So it depends upon what type of data we are adding. And next thing you have to remember regarding this, the adding can be performed at the design time as well as in the runtime. Fine. अब रन टाइम में भी ऐड कर सकते हैं या फिर डिजाइन टाइम में भी ऐड कर सकते हैं. Okay. So is there any doubt? So what we have discussed today? So we have discussed two additional controls here. The first we have discussed about the control box. Fine. First we have discussed about the control box, which is nothing but combination of your text box and the list box. Then we have seen there are three different styles of control box. That is style 0, style 1, style 2. Okay. Then we have discussed about list. What you mean by list? Okay. Then how to add an item to the list. Okay. Then with an example, we have also illustrated that how different items can be added and how we can expand the list as per the user requirement. Whenever the user will be required. Okay. How can we will add? Fine. So any question regarding these two control? Any question? So this will so whatever we studied till now, okay, that will be your first internal portion. Okay. So basic about Visual Basics. Okay. Then we have discussed some of the Microsoft Foundation class, then some of the dynamic linking libraries. Fine. Then details about IDEs. Okay. Then details about what are the controls, the basic programming features. Okay. So these are the till now, up to till now what we have covered. That will be your first internal portion. And tomorrow I will discuss some of the format, how the question will be. Okay, what is the format of the questions and what type of questions will be given in exam. So tomorrow I will discuss that there is two classes simultaneously. In the second class I will discuss some of the formats of the patterns or the patterns of the first internal questions. Fine. So any doubt from your side? Any doubt? I will take any doubt if you are having any doubt. Okay, if you are not having any doubt, then we will stop here as the time is ended. So then, okay, we will continue tomorrow. Fine. Thank you.